What's up, guys?
How's it
Happy
going?
Tuesday.
Happy
Cheers.
Tuesday. Some
Cheers.
people are probably having better Tuesdays than other people. We'll talk about it. Oh, man. Good to see everybody in the chat already. We got Mountain Bushcrafters, Danny Baker. Of course, Grant's in there saying hey to everybody because he's great to have in live streams.
I can't see the chat, so anybody saying hi to me, and I'm sure there's like a ton of people doing it, you're going to have to yell at John and have him repeat anything to me.
No, not really. Nobody's saying hi.
Yell at him a lot. I know it's going to
happen. Hey, Nick was in here. Where'd Nick go? I thought I seen Nick in here. Yeah, Nick's in here. What's up, Nick? So, yeah, it's Tuesday. And let's see, who had the best Tuesday? Stanley says he had the best Tuesday.
I did have the best Tuesday.
Oh, yeah? And why is that, Stanley?
I got my performance review from TubeBuddy, and it came back aces. I had a fantastic review, and it felt good.
Did you get to tell him, show me the money?
Yeah, I can't get into particulars, but yeah.
Good deal. Good deal. That's good to hear. Robert, he's in the house. So, Grant, how was your Tuesday?
I had a pretty laid-back Tuesday at work. Nothing too exciting, so that's a plus.
Yeah.
Kind of cold and cloudy and dreary.
Yeah.
Had a couple nice sunny and 70 days.
Yeah.
And they're gone. We got a couple nice days Wednesday, Thursday, and then chance of snow Friday.
Yeah, Friday's supposed to get bad for us again, too. So, I'm tired of that. I'm ready for just spring at least.
It's spring break. It's going to happen. The week after spring break, when everybody leaves, that's when it gets pretty.
Yeah, that's what we need. That is what we need. Nick says, I'm here for now. Won't be long, but I made it. I'll share it out. Well, thank you, Nick. Appreciate it, brother. And we're glad you are here for now.
Yes, I've got to share it out. I forgot to share it out myself.
I had to go in. So I get to telework part of the week, and then days I go in, and today was one of those go-in days, and so my day wasn't going that good today. It was just one of those days. I didn't sleep good, whatever. And then I got back to the house, and shortly after that, and yes, I'm going to talk about football. I'm sorry, guys. Some people don't like football, but we were waiting for Aaron Rodgers to tell us he's coming to Denver, and he announced that he's staying in Green Bay. And then right after that, they announced that we had traded with Seattle, and Russell Wilson is now going to be our quarterback. So another Super Bowl winning quarterback. I'm good with that. I'm a happy camper. So I'm looking forward to this coming year.
As the proprietor of the biggest signing of the NFL offseason, my Packers, they have the best. They landed the best free agency deal of the year, bar none.
You got your own quarterback. That wasn't even a free agent deal.
Nope. And yet it still stands as the best free agent deal of the year.
Go look on Twitter and everywhere else. They're saying the Broncos made the biggest free agents deal of the year. It could be since Peyton Manning deal, which was our deal also. So, yeah, we're pretty happy.
We need to do a football live stream, sir, because this is a conversation that can get pretty deep and pretty heated real quick.
We do. We need to do one like start of the season, so we're all talking smack. Mid-season, where some people are still talking smack, or some licking their wounds, and then the end of the season.
It's that end of the season, mid-season, when the feelings are hurt. That's going to be the best one. We need to do it. We need to do a football live stream a couple times a year. Like straight up football.
Let's make that happen.
Yeah.
Let's make that happen. And another side note, since we're talking things off subject right now, is hey, personally, thoughts and prayers go out to the folks in Ukraine. I think what's happening to them is horrible, and I wish there was more we could or would do about it. But we're all going to feel the pinch one way or another because of it. And that'll be one of our topics, I think, for discussion. Is maybe we just jump into that now. Is how are the fuel prices where you're at, and how is it going to impact your decisions moving forward on going fishing, gas in the boat versus in the car to get back and forth to work and all that kind of stuff. Is anybody feeling the pinch yet where they're starting to rethink fishing trips or any of that kind of stuff? It'd be interesting. Anybody in the chat? What's up, OCD? Mello's in the house. Good to see you, Mello. So what do you guys say? Fuel prices affecting either of you two yet?
Not me yet. Not yet.
The deal with fuel prices being that the way that they are in the location that I'm in, that's when I start getting job offers, which I don't like. I don't like a lot that entails with that. And there's 99% of people that I would love to give a good old middle finger to when they come and give me that call. But there's that 1% that's like, I don't know. As far as actually paying the gas to get out, doesn't make a lick of difference to me. It could be $10 a gallon. That is priority number one. It's going to happen regardless.
Yeah,
if I have to cut down on food or other, non-essential items.
Okay, I can see that. David Martin, $1.95. Oh, a liter. Okay, and I'll say, what a deal. That's not good.
No,
Floyd Nation said down there in your area, it's running through. That's about the same here too. I paid last week. I paid $3.22, I think, and then it jumped to $3.40 something. Today, on the way to work, one of the gas stations I saw at $3.99. We're kind of spoiled down here in Texas. There's a lot of other places. I know Michigan, it's over $4, I think, already. And there's probably a lot of other places.
Hey, for you guys in Corpus, just so you know, I've got some friends in the oil industry or whatever, and there's a gas station on Leopard and McKenzie. It's out in the Annabelle, Calallen area, Annabelle. That is the cheapest gas station in, like, if not South Texas, definitely Corpus Christi, because it's right there by OxyChem and the refineries. They're the first one to get the gas delivery. They get it cheapest. Not a low traffic area, cheapest gas in the area.
Yeah, that's good. Yeah, me and Audrey right now, for us, it's our concern is the Michigan trip, right? We're driving up there, and that's not till June, July. But if it gets up around that $8-10 a gallon mark, we'll have to reconsider what we're going to do, because that would be ridiculous.
Yeah, I do the math on that.
Say again?
I never concern myself too much with it, because if the gas prices are up 30%, you're paying an extra 30%. Math in my head is like $150 for gas round trip, or $300, say, gas round trip. So that takes it to $400 instead of $300.
Good, yeah.
So to me, I mean, it's like that's the cost of the DBA. It's cost of business. I'll pay it.
He sounds like a guy who just got a pay
stuff.
raise. You know what I mean? He sounds like a guy who just got a good pay raise.
True.
Now, I'm sure there's a lot of people that, especially boats offshore, when you got $400 or $500 in gas now, and you're using that non-ethanol, which is already more expensive than regular gas. That's gotta hurt.
Yeah, that's a different ball game. Some of those boats cost $1,200 to turn the key. That's a different ball game.
Mm-hmm.
Danny says AAA saying $6 by the end of the year. I could see it worse than that. That wouldn't be the baddest. Or the baddest? That wouldn't be the worst. Say it that way. Not good though. So I'm surprised nobody's saying, yeah, I'm gonna start. It's early. Who knows what's going to happen? But I have a feeling it will start impacting some people, and we will probably see a lot of the YouTubers that we love to watch comment about how they might be, instead of going, from here to Florida to go fishing, maybe we'll fish locally more. That kind of stuff. I could see that happening.
Old Thresher is going to abandon the that little surfboard thing that he's got. He's going to start doing a lot more wade fishing and jetty.
Exactly. Yep.
Yeah. It's $4.29 a gallon here. Right.
How much?
$4.29. So.
Ouch.
Hey, Scully, where were you going to go for your peacock? I'm curious.
Yeah, kayak sales and electric bikes. That's what I'm thinking about, an electric bicycle.
Yeah, before we came on, me and Grant were talking. So for the last, I don't know, year, 2 years, we've had this. You can't buy a new vehicle because they're so expensive or so hard to find, and that goes for boats and everything. I have a feeling if this lasts for a year or more, we're going to see that trend reverse, where suddenly there's going to be a lot of available used vehicles and boats, because those people that bought them when gas was, $2.50 a gallon and it goes up to $6 or $7 a gallon are probably going to be on the other side of that and want to get rid of those. So we'll see. Audrey's in. Hey, babe. My wife has popped in to say hey.
Good to see Audrey.
You know what? I think you're dead right about that. I think we had a lot of people during the pandemic who like you said, they got into those boats and they were taking advantage of that. As we all know, BOAT, that stands for something. And we are going to be experiencing the other end of that for a lot of people. Might be a time to take advantage of that in, 6 months or so.
That's why I'm trying to time it to where I can sell mine when it's still on the, hey, we need boats right now. And then not wait too long before it gets down to the, hey, I can find a boat.
You're the kind of the one I was talking about. I'm waiting for the price on yours to drop because I'm trying to take advantage of your. I've seen the work that you've done to it. I want that boat.
I looked at Nada on it, and with what I've done to it, their retail in good condition price was over $19,000. I only paid $22,000 for it 12 years ago. So, man, they don't depreciate very badly. My truck, the 08, when it was new, it was a $40,000 truck. Now it books at like $11,000, and it's only a year older than the boat.
Big difference.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
I'm impressed the boat held the value. I didn't realize it would, but that's really, anybody needs a boat.
Yeah, historically, boats hold their value better than automobiles, which is nice. From Cali, who's going to what? Wait, I missed something. Mark J's going. Say again?
Yeah, Mark's going to California at the end of the month to pick up Monica, bring her back to Illinois.
Flying or driving? Ouch.
He's driving a U-Haul back.
Oh shoot! Yeah.
Not sure how he's getting out there.
That ain't gonna be cheap.
I think I'm not sure how he's getting back those prices. California's a long drive, man, and gas prices are going to be sick over there.
Oh yeah.
I paid $10 a gallon for gas in California one time in 2004. God knows what it's going to look like now.
Golly. No, thank you. Don't even want to be out there paying that money.
It'll be worth it for him, though. Get his woman home.
Yeah, true. So Mountain Bushcrafter says $3.99 there, so that's about the same as it is here. So it's funny how you can go across this country and find so many different prices. So OCD, that's mellow. OCD Fishing is mellow. He sold his 18-foot for $15,500 and probably could have gotten way more than that. Both sold in less than 2 weeks. Yeah, that's what I'm expecting. So that's my whole issue. I think my boat's going to sell quick when I put it on the market. It's just a matter of how long it's going to be before I can find something that I want that I'll be able to afford now, just because of the way the market is.
Right. Are you going to try to wait it out to be able to afford a decent price boat, or? I'm
probably going to just, keep my fillers out watching, and I'm willing to accept something a little lower standard than I originally thought I would get because of the pricing right now, as far as maybe I need to do some vinyl work on it. Maybe I need to upgrade the electronics, something like that. As long as the motors are good, because that's the most expensive thing on the damn boat. The transom's good and the floor is good. Everything else you can deal with. You know what I mean?
No. Take everything he just said. You can scratch 90% of that. What he's going to do is he's going to go in on on a small, not Freeman with me. He doesn't know this yet, but this is what we're going to do. Freemans are expensive, but maybe a Valhalla or I don't know, one of those other guys. But Valhalla's probably expensive. I don't know, but that's what he's going to do.
So you're going to be okay with me having it for 4 to 5 months up in Michigan, huh?
Yes, sir, I am. It's the cost of business, and I will be up there, and yes, sir.
Oh, man.
What's up, Peter?
Peter's in the house. What's up, Peter?
Justin, Weekend Warrior filled up for $3.79.
Peter, what's up, man?
Oh, yeah, $3.79 Weekend Warrior. That's a good price, man. If that was just yesterday, dang. That's good. You're doing good right there. It's going to get worse before it gets better. That's all I know as far as these. I'm
afraid you're right.
Yeah. And hopefully our leadership makes some decisions that makes it a little easier on us. You know what I mean? But we will see. We will see. So, Grant, is there any hunting now? When's the next time you get to hunt something?
There is a turkey season coming up, but I'm not.
Do you guys have spring turkey?
Yep, spring turkey season coming up here in a couple of weeks.
Yeah, I think that's kind of the norm. I don't know, guys in the chat who hunt. Is there anything else? I know here in Texas we can hunt hogs all year. We can hunt exotics all year. But as far as animals that have a season, I think the next one here also is turkey, is the spring turkey hunt.
I just had a conversation with an old buddy of mine the other day. I ran into him at the hardware store. He's got a ranch out here. His name is Kyle. Peter, you know Kyle. I ran into him, and so we had a very quick, very thorough conversation about taking care of some hogs that he's having some issues with out on his land. I'm hoping that comes to fruition. I need to get a camera for the gun. I'll be talking to old Grant about Tacticam stuff here shortly.
Yeah, watch his video again.
That's it.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, but other than turkey, for me, it's probably squirrel season, August the 1st.
I don't even know if we have. I guess I haven't checked on squirrel here in Texas. I don't know if there's a season or if it's all year. I don't even know.
Yeah, Kentucky actually has a spring season from thinking it's April, like the second week of April to the second week of May. Kentucky comes in squirrel season.
Okay. No, that ain't too bad. No, David didn't see it. David said he's done till turkey season, so yeah. Peter says he's hungry for hog. Always wanted to hunt hog. Had some leads on land access. Yeah, I've done one hunt. I've shot one hog, and then I've been around a couple hog hunts where I wasn't a hunter, but I was there. And yeah, I'll be honest. The meat from people say it's great, but it is not. If you go to the grocery store and buy you a pork shoulder, and then try to cook a hog one of these feral hogs the same way you cook that shoulder, there's no comparison. That farm raised pig is going to be so much better. So I shot a really small hog. It was a 50-pounder, so that's primo as far as I was concerned. But it was good. It's just it wasn't as good as I hoped it would be. You know what I mean?
It's not quality you go for on those guys. It's a free and easy hunt. Hypothetically, you can do it at night, but also it's more about the hunting than the actual meat. It's about putting bulk meat on the table. You're going to be hard pressed to find somebody to process it down here. You're going to end up just throwing it on a pit and smoking it or something. And it's meat. It's not going to come out great. It's a good way of feeding your family at a big social event that you're not really like. If you got family you don't like, that's what you feed them because you're okay with that.
If you do your own sausage, then you can get away with putting in sausage, and that's probably, I would think that's the best thing to do with it. Yeah, the back strap's okay, but there's these wild ones just don't have the fat on them or the intermuscular fat that those farm raised have, and that's what gives them the tenderness and the flavor. These are old tough little pigs, right? Running around.
And they're not terrible. They're just, it's not venison. It's definitely not what you get at market.
No, it's not. No, and it's hard to find free hog hunts here. usually it's $100 or more for the hunt. And I'm like, man, I could spend that $100. Well, right now I'm not sure, but then I could spend that $100 on how much pork in the grocery store and eat better than. But Stanley's right. Part of the fun is just the hunt itself, being out there, especially if you have a camp type scenario where you got a bunch of people hanging out and just enjoying each other's company on the evenings, talking crap and throwing a few back, and then go out and knock down a pig or two. It's all good. See, Danny, that's right. Trap them. You know what else I've seen Danny talking about that is, and it might be more of a population control, but deer meat for dinner in them. I see them getting the young boars and deboring them, if you know what I mean, and then releasing them back. And so those guys go out there. They don't make any more babies, which is one of the problems. And I guess they fatten up pretty good then because they're not doing all that skirt chasing, if you will. So that'd be interesting to see what one of those tastes like. But yeah, fatten them. I've heard of people. Matter of fact, you can sometimes look on Craigslist and be somebody who traps the little bitty piglets, right? And then they raised them. So they're probably just like a farm raise, I would assume, when you eat them. I don't know.
We did that growing up. When I was in high school, we used to trap hogs. Had some neighbors' land. That was our hunting thing. We weren't able to do deer, but we trapped hogs. That's exactly what we did. We'd trap one, and there'd be 7, 8 little babies with them. Throw them in the backyard, fatten them up, grow them for a bit. Their names were bacon, breakfast, sausage. That's how we named them. We ate them, and I couldn't tell you if there's any difference because we were kind of raised on that. We weren't buying meat in the store. We were getting it ourselves at that time. But it was fine. There's nothing wrong with it. It depending on your skills for cooking makes all the difference in the world. The stuff at the store is better, but if you're doing it, if you're fattening them up, that does make a difference.
Yeah, I bet. Danny, have you done that yourself yet, or know people that have? That'd be interesting. Your brother loves barbecue hog meat. I just did a pork shoulder 2 weekends ago, man. We had and it was a big shoulder, 11-pound pork shoulder. So got that done. Of course, ate off of it and then vacuum sealed a bunch of it. And this weekend we did pork nachos. Pulled some out and thawed it. Did nachos, and I had some left over from that. Man, it is so good, so good. I do love pork. I'll say that. So get Mark J. Set some traps for the hogs. That would be fun to watch. Yeah, there you go. Do coyotes and hogs. That'd be cool.
Yeah, Mark said something about.
Go ahead.
I was gonna say Mark said he had ordered a fishing blowgun. That sounds pretty cool.
A blowgun for fishing? That sounds crazy. See you later, Ben. Yeah, we need more details, Mark.
Yeah, I don't think I've seen a blowgun for fishing.
That'd be tough just when you're underwater. I don't know. Yeah, I need to.
Yeah, do you fire it from underwater or above? And if above, that's got to be a lot of force to get that little whatever projectile down into the water and kill a fish. And I assume you got to have a line tied to it.
Yeah.
How does that work?
Yeah, Mark, we need details. You have to come clean with some details. All right, while we're waiting for Mark to give us some details, I'm going to share some pictures with y'all. All right, so we're starting at the back end. So that young man holding the fish is Oscar Castillo. He's also known by his Facebook name, Shimano Pin. He is the driving force behind the FINAC Foundation here in San Antonio area, all of Texas. He goes down to the coast, but they do all kinds of great things. Most of it free clinics for children to fish and all that. Run some tournaments, which are pretty cool. So he got a nice big ugly right there. If you're not familiar with a big ugly,
that's a fat fish, drum. Man.
Yeah, that's a big black drum.
Did you hear you hear about that record they set up in I think it was the Carolinas? Some guy got a 60-pounder.
Big ugly?
Yeah.
I've heard of 40 and 50s, but 60, yeah, that'd be a big one.
That's not the record. and I got a 75 under my belt. I think the record's 80-83.
Wow.
That's
Yeah, but 60 is a big damn fish.
It is a
I
big
thought it was
fish.
a juke fish.
I bet. Scott Mack is an old friend of mine. He used to live up in the Detroit area. Now he's got smart. He lives down in Florida. That's his son. It looks like he's got I'm not sure what that is really, but he got himself a fish, and that's what matters. I think it's a grunt. That's what I'm calling it.
It might be a porgy.
Porgy?
Can't
Yeah.
tell.
Could be. It's hard to tell. Joshua, man, he lit me up with pictures. So I took a few of his pictures. You see him? He's on one of the jetties down there with a nice red. And he's got himself a nice largemouth bass. And I believe that's his son, who has a bigger bass than Joshua has. So, Josh, you didn't get to work. It looks like your son got you there. It looks like he's done outfished you.
It's a nice bass.
That is nice. Bigger than anyone I've ever caught.
Yeah, me too.
And we got Uncle Leonard. This is Audrey's uncle up in he's in Michigan, but not in that picture. They go down in the winter. They spend a month or two down in the Keys, and he went out on a charter there, and he's got himself a nice grouper there among other fish that they caught. So they had a pretty good trip.
That is a solid freaking fish right there. One of the best you can get.
Yeah, he did good. He did real good. So that's the photos for this week. Scoy Nation says biggest black drum was over 40 inches. Okay, that's a big black drum.
Yeah.
I'm not sure if they're that good to eat that big. I've eaten black drum, but I'm talking like the 20-inch size. Most I hear about the big ones like that is full of worms. So I don't know.
Yeah, I wouldn't eat. Well, that's not a legal catch anyway. You can't eat it. You are allowed to eat them. Like you can keep them over 52 inches, but like you can keep one over 52 inches. That is a massive freaking fish. I can pretty much guarantee that thing's going to have some 58-inch worms in it.
Monica's in the house. What's up, Monica?
Hey, Monica. Cheers.
Yeah. Cheers. Cheers.
Mark said it's called a Tim Wells fish hawk, and you shoot it from above the water.
He's doing a video on this, right?
Surely. Gonna use it to shoot frogs as well.
Yeah, I want to see that.
Yeah, I want to see it.
Very curious about seeing this. I've never heard of that.
Yeah, me either.
I'll look it up.
That sounds crazy.
In fact, I would venture to say, without looking at anything at all, you make a video about that, I bet you I can put you on the top of the YouTube search for it.
Oh, yeah, look at that. Where's it? Over here? See the picture? My beautiful artwork up there? That's from Monica Tiamoni Arts.
Very cool.
Nice. I like that. That's cool. Oh, speaking of which, real quick, I have to say something. I know she's not in the house, but I'm going to go ahead and make this announcement anyway. So my computer credited out on me 20 minutes before the live stream, which is why I'm doing all this number on my phone over here. But regardless, I was going to go ahead and fill out the envelope and the gift card and everything for our giveaway that I owe Shannon, which is like a couple weeks overdue. I want to be on record. I've got the envelope with the stamp and everything ready to go. That thing's getting mailed out in the morning. Shannon, if you're watching this after the fact, I just want you to know that's happening. I'm late, but I delivered.
Let the record show he's going to get it out in the morning. All right, where is he talking about this thing? I want to.
I'm drinking a little bit, so by morning, Thursday morning is what we're talking. Not tomorrow morning. I've got the envelope. Tomorrow's a different day. Thursday morning, it's out the door. I promise. Even though it's spring break, and I might push that back a week. I promise it's going out.
Man, that's pretty cool. Looks like a fishing pole that you blow a dart through.
What the What in tarnation?
Just look at that big gar.
Holy shit.
No way.
You know what? Gar are armored. I mean, it is hard to penetrate their skin.
Yeah, that's not easy. Have you seen how they hook them? They cast out a piece of rope and they just let it get tangled in their teeth because they're so hard to like get a hook through their mouth.
Yep.
Oh, wow.
That's crazy.
Yeah, that's pretty cool.
That thing's got to have some freaking force behind it.
There you go, Grant or Stanley. Shanae's in the house.
Hey, maybe she heard you.
Hey, no, she missed it. Just that's what she gets for being late.
He says he put it in the mail last week.
You should have already got it by now. I don't know what happened.
Yeah, I don't know what happened.
Shannon, you're going to have to go back now and check about 5 minutes ago, 3 minutes ago, something like that. I don't know. Look right here. We're at the 31:30 mark. Go back to 30 minutes. Go back to 28 minutes. You'll see what I was talking about.
All right. So Mark says that Trapper J has it and he's got videos using it. So we're all going to have to check out Trapper J's videos on using a blowgun.
Hey, you get good with that thing. You come down here to Texas. Let's go get some sharks.
With a blowgun.
That'd be crazy.
That would be crazy. Dang. That's crazy. I've never heard no such thing.
Yeah, that's pretty neat.
Yeah, it is. Very, very neat.
Shannon, I was just saying, I'm going on record, letting everybody know. This right here is your envelope. I was going to fill it out on camera, but my computer crapped out on me, so my hands are all kind of like tied up doing this on the phone. But I've got your gift card giveaway all ready to go. I'm shipping that thing out ASAP. I apologize for the delay, and I thank you for your patience.
Yeah, that'd be a good video, blow dart and a shark. That would be a good video.
Definitely. Let's see it. Danny Baker, yeah, from a kayak.
Oh yeah. Yeah, that'd be really good. That'd be a real good one right there. I'd like to see that one. Absolutely.
Out at the oil rigs in Texas. I'm not going to let this go.
All right, there you go. I want to see it. I want to see it. So, Stanley, what's your go-to fishing site? Like, if you're going fishing tomorrow, is there like one spot that you go to the most, or just like, I got to get some fishing in, I'm going to go to what's that spot?
That depends on the time of year and the weather conditions, like heavily.
Makes sense.
And in the surf that's my bread and butter. 90% of the time, it's going to be in the surf. If I need to get fish, it's going to be whiting. I'm going in the surf. My fallback is going to be redfish at the end of the 4-day jetty, or I'll go back to like some of the grass beds and stuff in Corpus Christi Bay and get trout.
Okay. Grant, I know you're limited on how many places you have, but you got a go-to pond or whatever where we're going to do some fishing. Let's just go to, you know what I mean?
Yeah, I call it the old man corner. The old men call it crappie corner. But
that's because the old men are calling it that. You call it the old man corner.
Yeah, but no, that's where we went Saturday. We caught some crappie, caught quite a few, but just no keepers. And we were there probably an hour by ourselves. And then an old guy pulled up and was 15 yards to my left. Seen him catch maybe 15 or 20 crappie, but only one keeper. And then a couple of old guys pulled up to our right, and they were maybe 30 yards to our right, and seen them catch maybe 30 crappie between the two of them, and they never did catch a keeper.
Wow.
But yeah, that's probably the go-to spot.
Mine has shifted for a while. It was the Twin Lakes, right? Calaveras and Brana, because they're close and easy. And then I kind of started just fishing Canyon Lake. But it's kind of shifting back towards. If I can get to the coast, I'm going to do that over all of them. But if it's just like, hey, good weather tomorrow, I'm going to go fishing, it's probably going to be Calaveras. That's probably my go-to now. Yeah, it could change again too. Danny Baker says easy offshore.
Oh yeah. Yeah. If I can do the rigs, I'm doing the rigs.
Get offshore, yes, that would be it. But
What's your saltwater go-to?
for me,
Yeah.
I'm torn now. Mine is get the boat and fish anywhere Aransas Pass, Lydian Channel, anywhere in that area is kind of my saltwater go-to with the boat up to the jetties, right? Fish around the jetties. If I'm not taking the boat, then of course it's Padre Island National Seashore pins. Run down there and surf fish. And if Audrey's coming, it's going to be surf fishing. She'd rather go surf fishing than bring the boat and go fishing.
Have you ever done Matagorda, that pass at the very end of Pins?
No, I've never been all the way down there.
Oh, we've got there's a shipwreck down there, the Nicaragua. We got to do that in the jetty one of these days.
I'd love to see that, but man, that's a haul.
It is. I've got a very special video planned for that. It will be like the penultimate video that I've ever done. Been planning it for 4 years at that shipwreck.
Isn't that the one? Were you the one that had the shark scare there? Well, it wasn't actually a shark. Your brother or somebody.
Yeah.
I remember that story.
I was out surfing in the fog down there. I knew it was a shipwreck. I didn't know it was above water like the hull was. And so I went out surfing in the fog with my cousin, and we see the big black triangle coming up out of the water. It thought it was a massive, like what would have been a 15, 20-foot shark. And just paddled ourselves back to the sandbar, told my aunt. She saw it, freaked out. We all get running back, and it turns out it's the hull of that ship in the surfing current. Just, it looked like it was going up and down. Well, it might have been going up and down a bit, but it was the waves and current made it look like a big shark.
That's awesome. Lantern fishing for snook in Pass. That'd be nice. That just sounds good. Sheep's Head Run is coming towards the end of March. Yep.
That's happening now. They're out there. We were out there last weekend. Everybody was getting a bunch of sheep's head. They were all smaller on the jetty. Rich got a good one. But yeah, the fat sheep's head, they are around. It's that time of year. It's starting now. So get in on that.
Get out there and get them. Get out there and get them. I agree. Yeah, it's crazy. But everybody seems to have that one spot where, hey, I want to go catch some fish and, a day or two. There's that spot. Usually you got that area where you go and hit up. Might not be most productive, might not be your favorite type of fishing, but it's just convenient.
Yeah.
Here's a question on that, Grant, and I'm gonna start with you on this. How often do you diverge from that spot? Like, how often do you fish that spot versus going somewhere else?
It's mainly early in the year, February, March, April, because it's the deepest spot of the lake. Once the water starts warming up, fish start moving out to the shallows. It's not that great of a spot, but you can pretty much still catch some fish there.
That makes sense. Because you got a little boat. We've seen you out fishing in a little boat. Is that the same place you go with the little boat?
It's not my favorite spot in the boat, but we do have some videos in the boat there.
Yeah. So when you take the boat, you usually go somewhere else.
Yeah, usually. Yeah.
How often, John? How often do you diverge from your hot spots?
Well, so again, it's one of those things. White Bass Run, so that's going to drive me down to the Choke Canyon area, and then if I know I got a long weekend where I can stay somewhere, I'm going to go down to the coast, preferably. You know what I mean? So the Calaveras and all these are hey, I can go fishing tomorrow for half a day to a day. I'll go to one of these instead of drive, unless something's really popping. But typically, I stay local unless I can go somewhere and stay there overnight.
Yeah, I'm kind of in the same boat. If I'm getting out of my comfort zone, we're probably talking about adding 30 minutes plus to whatever trip I'm going to be making. And I'm happy to do that, but I'm going to plan that well in advance. And of course, it's going to involve a weather window. That weather window, if it's for my hot spots, I'll probably target that. One of the reasons why I haven't done my Nicaragua shipwreck video yet.
I see. That's what you're talking about. Congratulations, Shannon. She got a new grandbaby for her birthday. That's a pretty good birthday.
Yeah.
Yeah, congratulations.
Yeah,
Shannon.
cool.
She's a pretty little thing too. Seen
Oh,
pictures on Facebook.
very cool. Very cool. Yeah, that's always a good time. Add a grandbaby to the family. All right. So, Grant, I know you're much more of a hunter. Am I saying, is that correct what I'm saying? You're much more of a hunter than a fisherman? Maybe? Or it's pretty
Certain
even?
times of the year. I mean, from February to August, I fish.
Best answer, right?
August to February, I hunt.
So, yeah, so you're 50-50. So let me give you this. What is your most memorable catch / kill?
Oh man, of each, I'd have to go through each species probably. I mean,
No. I want the one that stands out in your mind as that was the best for whatever reason. Maybe it was the situation you were in. Maybe it was who was with you, or maybe it was the animal itself. Can you narrow it down? Just give us a couple then, if you can't.
yeah, I'm looking around the room here, trying to see which one of you was the best.
I don't want to hear this was my best wood duck, and this was my best teal, and this was my best.
You got to be careful because you don't want to hurt any of their feelings. I sympathize with the question.
True. Good point.
Man, honestly, it's probably. Let's see here. Let me switch my camera. I'm on the YouTube side here.
You're going vlog style. I like it.
I see gooses.
Come on, switch. My mouse. There we go. All right. These two geese right here that's hanging from the ceiling.
Really?
That's probably my most favorite, memorable hunt. It was it was Janet's first goose, and it was my first and only banded waterfowl. So,
oh, you got a banded one. Had some jewelry.
That was pretty cool. We doubled up on the geese. It was her first and my first and only band. So that's probably, looking around the room, that's probably it.
That's a memorable. Yeah, I like that. See, it's not always just what it's, who you're with, and a lot of variables when you ask a question like that. What about you there, Mr. Stanley Orchard? Do you have a most memorable catch?
Yeah, I got a couple because obviously that's all part of the game with what we're doing here. Fishing, spending time outdoors. It's the entire experience is all about moments. And there's a lot of them, but there's also those ones that just really are the moments that are kind of defining. I had a couple of those. I had one, so I can't fully really talk about it. And I'll be straight up honest with you. It wasn't an entirely legal experience. Is the reason why.
Okay.
I was 10. So, I've got I've got that on my side for the whole thing. So like I mentioned earlier, we were talking about that drum. I caught what was very close to what could have been like a world record drum. And I had to let it go because of the legalities of the trip that I was on.
So you're an old school criminal. Okay, I like that. I respect that. OG at 10.
Funny story on that. And I don't know how to if I'm not mistaken,
you're being recorded, so don't incriminate yourself.
I know. I got to be really careful about how I'm choosing my words here. If I'm not mistaken, the vessel that I was on when that trip occurred got blown up by Disney.
Blown up by Disney?
I'm leaving it at that. That is as much information as I can give. That's all the information I have.
We'll have to talk more back channel on that story.
Yeah, but that's like that is my and as you can see where I'm coming from on that. That's my like most memorable fishing story.
I can understand that. I can understand that. Man, I'm torn for mine, but I've told the story, I think, in my vlog of my first deer. That was just a little 3-pointer that I was a teenager. It was my opening day of the first deer season I ever hunted. I was, I think, 16, and I was hunting with a single shot 20 gauge shotgun. And I got my first deer. And you can watch the vlog if you want all the details, but it was more than just boom, shoot the deer and recover the deer. There was chase the deer, shoot the deer again, cut the deer. It was very involved, but that will always stand out. You know, when I talk about hunting, that'll always stand out just because 16-year-old kid out there probably wasn't where I was supposed to even be at the time and got my first deer. So I'll never forget that one. I can name a lot of different fish that I've caught that were pretty memorable, but not like that. You know what I mean?
You know, I name that drum is like that thing that stands out in my mind as the epitomal kind of a moment stuff. But I can also almost tell you every single time I've ever caught a Dorado, and I've caught a lot of them because of just like I remember especially when I was a kid, especially around that time frame, being 10 years old, out on a boat, blue water, seeing flying fish.
Very cool.
Absolutely defining moments. And it's like you're talking about, it doesn't have to be the biggest catch of a lifetime. Right. Sometimes simply being out there in the moment and that first time you experience something makes all the difference in the world.
Yeah. Yeah, I agree. It doesn't have to be that. Yeah. All right. So many people in the chat over there. Let us know Danny's already said when you speared a big sheep's head. If I was a younger man, that's one thing, I don't have many regrets in life, right? I am where I am and what I am because of what I've done. But I do regret not getting into some of this stuff at a younger age where I was more fit to be able to get out there and dive. Because I've scuba dived, but could I do it now? I don't know, man. It'd be much more challenging now than it was back when I did it. So I do that. If I had a regret, it's that I didn't get involved in spear fishing and that kind of cool stuff back then, so. But because that just looks thrilling to me. I'd love to be involved in that.
Hey, we can talk about that. And Grant, next time you come down, the spear fishing is not something that you can probably just like walk out and do, but at the same time, it might be. So next time you guys come down, we can at least talk about it. Depending on it comes down to water clarity. And John, I fully understand the physical stuff with that. We can still have that conversation when you come down, and I would love to be the person that puts a gun in your hand. So,
yeah. Hey, and if you hadn't got a chance to see my last vlog or the vlog before, that's one of the news stories out of Michigan is spear fishing in the Great Lakes. There's areas in Lake Huron now and Lake Michigan where you can spearfish up there now. That deep, clear water.
Oh,
it'd be pretty cool.
Yeah,
I was not aware of that.
Yeah, check out Michigan DNR on that one.
I am more than happy to practice genocide in a place that doesn't involve my personal fishing spots down here. Yeah. Especially with the way the fish taste up there.
Yeah. Yeah. I seen that story. I'm like, man, that's got Stanley written all over it. A whole nother reason something to do when he's up here. Bring his stuff with him.
I can't believe you didn't see that story and you're like, I am not telling Stanley about this one.
No, I put it out there on the vlog. I'm like, yeah, I know if Stanley sees his vlog, he's going to be all about that.
Yeah. Yeah, I actually got that email from the Michigan IDNR. I signed up for it. I guess when I got my fishing license up there, I signed up for their email list.
Yeah, I'm on Texas Parks and Wildlife's email list and Michigan DNR.
Yeah. Yeah, speaking of Michigan, where's all of our Michigan people at? Where you at, Steve?
I don't think we got any in here tonight. I haven't seen any in the chat.
Yeah, speaking of which, we need to request politely, if you wouldn't mind taking just a moment and going over to Steve's channel and sending him some curse words, something harassing, gentle, but be very harassing. Let him know that he was missed and that he's just tell him he's a really big jerk for not being here today and that he needs to be here more often.
Yeah, he does.
It's an obligation.
You can even go to his Facebook page and tell him that.
Go to his house. We'll have his address in the description of this video down below. I'm going to post his phone number.
Go to the farm.
Go to the farm.
Sheesh.
Well,
Yeah.
Billy Nation says he knows a spot to spear some sheep's head.
Yeah, David Martin's got a first deer story similar to yours, John. I think he I think he was more squirrel hunting with the 22, if I recall.
Oh shit! Are we going to be in the realm of Stanley's where it's not quite legal to talk about, or
Definitely.
I was going to say my dad's got some 22 stories that I wish we're going to have to get him in on that.
I'm going to say the what's it called when it's too far along to prosecute? I'm going to say that's happened.
what is that called? There's a term for that.
It's been
The
too long.
statute of limitations.
Statute
of
and I'm
limitations.
well versed.
There you go. Those are long gone.
Yeah,
Sure.
that's good. That's good. We were all young once,
Exactly.
doing crazy stuff. So what, Stanley, I noticed you got all these little short videos coming out all of a sudden, telling us about different fishing rules, telling us about the cell phone cases. I've seen that one today. How are those doing for you?
We're going to see. So that's all. Anybody in the chat, just so you know, if you're watching all this, my apologies. One of the things I'm doing is I'm following the little YouTube things that YouTube loves, you know. So one of the things that happens is people are searching for the rules on fishing, regulations, and they're searching them by individual species. So as an experiment, I'm putting out a bunch of really short videos. I'm probably going to put out about a dozen of them, one for each species of everything that people search. And it's just going to be a real quick and easy explanation with a playlist of the rules and regulations for each species in the area. Please bear with me on this. It's going to be a little bit of a grind. It's going to be that second video of the week. I'm trying to pump out content. We're still going to have the vlog going. This is supplemental, and it's to help spur along the whole YouTube algorithm thing. Today's video was simply, that was kind of like just an outlier. That just happened to be a video that was like, I had a bunch of cases, and I'm like, you know what? I've got the cases here. I have some information and knowledge that's not commonly found. I'm going to go ahead and put out a video about it and just see what happens. That's what all that is. Next week, I will be releasing our first vlog of season 5. And hopefully next week is spring break. Rachel and everybody's off.
Oh,
My
cool.
in-laws are over here, and I don't know if I necessarily want them to know just yet, but we're probably going to be spending the entire week with them out at the beach and filming. So just, you know.
I'm sure they won't mind that.
Nice.
Sounds like a good
We got
time.
some good stuff coming, though.
Yeah, that sounds like a good time. So what you got going on there, Mr. Grant?
Well, we got snow expected Friday. It's going to be like 10 degrees wind chill factored Saturday morning, so I'm not sure that I'll be fishing this Saturday like last Saturday, but we'll see. Still got 2 weekends before I'm on call, so next week, the 10-day, it's showing 70s for the following weekend, so fingers crossed.
Cool. So is it next Monday is Stanley, and then the Monday after that you're on call, so we'll probably me and you'll probably swap up then. Okay. Not a problem. Yeah, I mean, so this weekend I'm going to Albuquerque and do some family stuff. I need to go see my mom. So nothing happening there. When I get back, I need to get the boat on the water to just a quick run to test out some of the stuff I did, make sure everything's working right. So I might make a run to Calaveras and just do do some quick catfishing. Probably only about 2 or 3 hours on the water.
If you need a deckhand, I know a 2 or 3 hour guy.
I offered you once, but you turned me down for your daughter's dance or whatever.
I also turned down Perry for the record.
I know.
So that puts you in the same company as that Freeman.
Yeah, that's crazy. You made the good choice. Yeah, our weather's supposed to get crappy too. I mean, it's going to get nice tomorrow and Thursday are going to be nice. And then here, Friday, it's going to go in the dumpster again, down to the 40s again. And then I'm going to be in Albuquerque, New Mexico, so it's going to be nastier there than it is here.
You don't even care.
Yeah,
I didn't know it was going to be 40. That sucks.
Yeah, Friday and Saturday are going to be bad here. Sunday will be back up, I think, in the 60s by Sunday. So I'm ready. Like I said, I'm ready for that to go away. And let's give us 2 or 3 weeks of 70s. That's all I want. 2 or 3 weeks of 70s. But I know what's going to happen is it's going to be 40s and 50s, and then it's going to be 90s. It's like, what happened to spring? We don't get a spring.
I think that's how it is for everybody now. You know, like
great.
Weekend Warrior, I don't know if he's still in here, but I think that's how it is even for him in Minnesota. They go from snow on the ground to shorts weather, and you know, it's like that for all of us anymore. I don't know if it's the global warming or the El Nino or Nino or whatever it is. It's definitely changed things up. We don't get much of a spring or a fall.
Yeah, that's true. That's for sure. It's either blazing hot summer or it's winter.
I got no sympathy. We've been doing this for 30 years, not more.
Yeah, it's always the 20-something years I've been in Texas. It's always been like that. We've never had a real spring. We have a nice, prolonged, cool mornings, warm afternoons. Nope, it goes from cool to hot.
Yeah, well, David was griping a couple weekends ago because they hadn't had any snow yet, and then they got like 18 inches the day after he was griping about not having snow.
He's griping about getting the snow afterwards?
Definitely.
Yeah, quick story. My youngest daughter's getting ready to go to college, and so she's going to go to college up in San Angelo. No, was it San Angelo? It was North Texas, right? And she's like bragging that we're going to have snow, and I can't wait to have a real winter and snow. And man, that first winter, she was done. So I never want to see that again. She came back down here, and she'll never leave South Texas because she hates cold weather.
Dude, I went to Oklahoma for a week, and it snowed while I was up there, and that was it. Like that was 20 years ago. I'm good. Like I'm still good.
See, I've never gotten used to the heat down here, so I'd rather be a little chilly than hot. You know what I mean? Like a fishing trip in the 50s and 60s is fine with me, and better than 90s.
The thing with that is if you're in the 90s, when it's 110, when it's really hot out, that is when it's beneficial to do some spear fishing. You do your fishing in the morning when it gets hot.
Water.
That's when you jump in the water and do your spear fishing, and man, you feel fresh for the rest of the day.
That makes sense. Or do like we did when we were in Cozumel. Fish in the morning. When it gets hot, we go snorkel a reef for a little bit, and then we go to the sandbar, and everybody just gets in the water and drinks and eats and chills in the water. Makes it all more pleasurable. For sure. All right, what else we got coming up? So next week we are at Mr. Stanley Orchards, right, Stan? And
yeah, that's right.
You got a guest lined up?
I do.
Okay, cool. What else we got going? You want people to, if they want to put some pictures on here, they send them to you. Best way is Instagram for you?
Probably Twitter. So my computer obviously is messed up. I'm going to have that fixed really quick here. Send them to me on Twitter. Send me some pictures. It's at Orchard Stanley. Of course, you can just search Stanley Orchard. Hit me up on Twitter. Send me some pictures, and we'll get them on the live stream for next week. And we'll have a decent chat about them.
There you go. All right. Grant, you got any last words for everybody?
Thanks for joining us. Wild Game Pursuit. Better late than never.
Yeah, glad you made a Wild Game Pursuit. All right. Well, I guess it's that time to say goodnight. I hope this made Tuesday a little better for you. I know it did for me. And we'll see you on Stanley's channel next Tuesday. Peace out.